Well, my book is filled with helpful suggestions for all you parents. But in case you get nothing from the inside, you'll find the outside useful on their little backside. Of course, I don't need any help raising children. I'm a bachelor.
Walt Disney presents this week's program from the wonderful world of make-believe. Kids is Kids. The wonderful world of color is brought to you by Eastman Kodak Company. Kodak, the dependable name for quality. In cameras, in film, in pictures you'll treasure now and for years to come.
Which gift gets opened first on Christmas morning? The one with the size? The one with the shape? The one with the scent? The one with the tag. The tag that says, "Open me first." Open me first means it's from Kodak. Open me first means you'll be able to picture all your Christmas fun, even while the other gifts are being opened. The Brownie Starmite camera is a fun saver on Christmas morning and all through the year. The complete Starmite outfit includes the camera, flash bulbs, batteries, and film. Everything it takes to take wonderful pictures. The whole outfit costs less than $13. There are other Brownie cameras costing less than $7. Each one takes beautiful pictures in black and white or color, even color slides. And remember, the name Kodak means it's a gift you'll be proud to give or receive.
And now your host, Walt Disney.
For thousands of years, people have been raising children, and successfully too. But lately, experts have been telling them how it should be done. Now, this is called child psychology. When I was a boy, as far as child psychology went, I recall my father's razor strap and my mother's hairbrush. My parents didn't have the benefit of the many books on the subject. Since my time, apparently, it's become a more complex subject than my parents thought. Here's one, Kids is Kids. Seems down to earth. Professor Ludwig Von Drake. Well, what do you know? It's written by an old friend of mine. I'm not surprised, for he claims to be an authority on any subject. It says here, Dr. Ludwig Von Drake is an eminent psychiatrist, a renowned color expert, a famous entomologist, etc., etc. In fact, he is an authority on everything. Dr. Von Drake is the most sought-after lecturer in the world. He is undoubtedly the outstanding genius of the century. Undoubtedly, the professor must have written this himself.
Now, to thoroughly understand my book, we must first understand what child psychology really means. Now, you all know what a child is. Now, psychology is, well, it's made up of two Greek words. Psyche is Greek for, and ology, which in Greek means, well, as I said, it's all Greek to me. Now, the reason I wrote it, the book, I mean, as I state in the preface, which is in the front, is simply a case of mathematics. The population explosion. Now, you all know that 1 and 1 makes 2. But when it comes to marriage, 1 and 1 makes 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 40, 93, 87, hike over to the left. Shoot, give me the ball, I'm gonna run with the ball, and I'm over the... Wait a second, what? And after several years, well, you're up to here in kids. Now look at all the thousands of letters from frustrated parents complaining that their children are noisy, destructive, disobedient, and uncontrollable. In other words, perfectly normal. And they're the worst kind. You can take my word for that. These letters are all about the same. Now here's a typical one. Dear Doctor, help! Deep trouble. Well, my book is filled with helpful suggestions for all you parents. But in case you get nothing from the inside, you'll find the outside useful on their little backside. Of course, I don't need any help raising children. I'm a bachelor. Now, before I could write my book, there were years and years of research. I gathered statistics, behavior patterns, reaction to work. Now, most child experts study thousands of families, and they make one chart. But I studied one family, and I made thousands of charts. Now, that makes me a little different. I searched for a typical, average, normal American family. Oh, I knew this must be the place. I call them Family X. And oh, they are average, all right. They were terrible. Especially Mr. X. Oh, he was a real beaut, that Mr. X. The first chapter in my cookbook, and I call it a cookbook because it's about this cookie family, starts at the beginning. It's about birthday, and that's where everything starts. Unlike the other experts, I didn't bring them to my clinic. I observed them in their natural habitat. I did that once with the wallaby, a little bear from Australia. Very interesting. Of course, you observe humans from a distance like you would a lion or a tiger. Anything. It's no sense in taking chances. I mean, it's a lot safer this way. All children should have a place of their own where they can develop self-expression. Of course, without parental supervision, anything can happen. But in this case, they are choosing a present for Mr. X's birthday. And that's good. That's very good. Mr. X has taught the kids it's better to give than to receive. Especially since he's on the receiving end.
Look at this! A box with cigars! Oh, the two got it! What's that? So, I together, huh? Happy birthday, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Birthday!
If by some quirk of fate this parent is discovered to be in the wrong, by all means, don't admit it. Make yourself as inconspicuous as possible and get lost.
Hey, you want to see what we're giving Dad for Christmas? You and Mom and me? See? Open me first. Dad will open our present first. And we'll be in the movies. Now, don't you tell him.
It's a secret now, but wait till Christmas morning. With this automatic 8 movie camera, Dad will get gorgeous movies in full color. Because outdoors are in, an electric eye light meter sets the lens automatically. So you get the right exposure, time after time. Let your dealer show you the Kodak Automatic 8 movie camera. It's less than $50. See all the fine movie cameras by Kodak. Look for the tag that says, "Open me first," and the name that says, "This is a gift to be proud of," the name Kodak.
Family games is very important for the development of good sportsmanship. Nobody likes a poor winner, especially the loser, or vice virtue, or something like that. As part of my research on this chapter, I observed Family X at play. While I observed Family X, I made sure they didn't observe me, because if they observed me observing them observing me, well then, naturally, they wouldn't act naturally. Mr. X attempted to participate in the children's activities. Participate, well, that's not, we got a P with a P-N-O. O goes into 2, 3 times, no. He was trying to play with the kids. Now, games should always be a family affair. It gives the children a sense of belonging, and the parents a chance to show off. If you think my chapter on family games was a dilly, wait till you read this one on scouting. That Family X was a real eager beaver patrol. But that patrol leader, was he a tenderfoot? In fact, he was tender on both ends. But I did get a knapsack full of research, and it also took me to many parts of the country. It also strengthened my resolve to remain a bachelor. I was compiling some startling facts. You wouldn't believe them. Even I didn't believe them. Getting out of doors is beneficial to all members of the family. And it wasn't doing me any good either. Girls should participate as leaders in their children's youth activity groups. Anyway, it'll fool the kids into thinking you're a good scout. After a day in the woods, an affectionate good night from the children is a reward that could keep any parent going. And Mr. X was no exception. He kept going and going and going and going and going.
Looks like this house is all ready for Christmas morning. But I wonder what Mother's up to. Ah, yes. She wants to be sure Dad opens his present the very first thing. See, it says, "Open me first." That's so Dad can picture all the fun of Christmas right from the start. It's the Kodak Motormatic 35 camera. And if ever a camera wouldn't let you miss a picture, this is it. Wind it up like this. Then when you see the expression you want, snap. Again. And again. Your camera advances its own film and sets its own lens opening to the right exposure all automatically. You get wonderful color snapshots or color slides. This fine Open Me First gift, the Kodak Motormatic 35 camera, is the kind of Christmas gift that just can't miss. And the name Kodak means it's the finest you can give.
One of the most important chapters in my book is the one on what to do with the kids during summer vacation. Well, whatever you do, get them out of the house. Go to the mountains, go to the beach, go anywhere, but go, or you're gonna go nuts. Had I known Family X would be on the go so much, I would have chosen Family Y. But I was determined to hang on until my research was completed.
Oh, good. The children's beautiful. Yes, sir. Old Spanish food. Yep, right? Oh, no, not that. Come on, boys, let's
These two don't know how lucky they are that Mr. X left them behind. Left behind? Hey, wait for me! Wait for me! Come back here, you... When I realized I had lost Family X, I lost my head. Fortunately, I still had my thumb. Their trail led up north, and by the time I located them, we were in the Maine woods. In fact, I was part of it. Cleverly disguised. A rustic mountain cabin is an ideal place for a family vacation.
What a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine and a way. Yeah. Yum, yum. Snippity-doo-dah, snippity-doo.
Stuffed an apple.
After that was answer.
Well, here we go again. The devil, you say? Ooh, what scientific research we scientists go through for science. I was determined to make my book on child psychology the most complete volume ever published. But my research on young hot rodders almost made a record of me. For 10 years I had followed them. And you know what happens to kids after 10 years? They become teenagers. One day your kids are asking for hot cereal, and the next they're asking for hot rod. From quarts of milk to gallons of gas in one. The only chance I had to rest and assemble my notes was when they had their car apart. Fortunately, it was apart more than it was together. The wise parent will encourage this. After all, the kids may not be able to put it back together again. There are two viewpoints as to whether teenagers should have a car. The answer to both, to be perfectly fair, is no. But now that they have it, the parent should sell his car and buy a filling station because it's cheaper that way. And that's exactly what Mr. X did. He not only bought it, he ran it. How cheap can you get?
Fill her up, sir.
Well, don't just stand there. Clean my glasses.
You bet, sir. Now, shall I fill her up, sir?
No, thank you.
What a cheap so-and-so. No one has seen him before.
Well, if Mr. X took care of his kids like he does his service station, they'd be well polished. And pretty soon he's gonna have to polish them off, I think.
What's going on here? Why don't you watch what
Why,
you're doing?
here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Get your tickets ready for the big drawing of the new Zoom V8, the super car of the continent.
It's here! Hurry! It's here! Oh, boy, oh, boy. Out of my way once.
All right, here it is. The number is 3, 4,
Yeah, come on.
1.
Numbers.
And right now, Donald Duck is probably enjoying a nice spin through the country in his new Zoom V8. Yes, the car that is streamlined with floating power, super balloon tires, and 25 miles to the gallon.
After all my research of this typical, interesting family, I've come to one important conclusion. You want to know what is that conclusion? I've had it. I have had it. I've had it. 10 years around Mr. X was 10 years too much. His kids weren't so bad. The trouble is, children grow up and become adults. This is murder. But after taking notes for 10 years, my research was finally completed. It covered everything.